Hi, let's take a quick look at last week. So, week 6 was a lot about leads and lead nurturing. So, before computers, I set up manual lead control systems, and I will tell you, you do not want to do that. You also do not want to use Excel, even though it sounds like it would be good. I can already hear some of you groaning, I can't afford more software. But I'm going to tell you, you've got to have customer relationship management, CRM software. If you set up an Excel spreadsheet, at some point in the future, you're going to have 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 leads in that file. And so then you're going to go and you're going to buy a CRM software program, and now you're going to want to convert it. And it's going to take you weeks, if not months, and a lot of time to get all of that data converted so that you can use it in the CRM. So I would suggest you go to salesforce.com, SALESFORCE.com, check out their products, and then do a search for others. In a short time, you'll be up to speed on the type of software recommended for your business. Some is you pay for, and there's some free. So that's what you just want to check it all out. You need information. So John discussed DIB a lot, and the chapters definitely should be read from last week. So I understand this is a digital marketing course, but you also have to understand that you will probably have to do non-digital marketing as well. Whether that is by joining one or several chambers of commerce, participating industry association, taking a booth in an event, marketing on radio, cable, and other mediums, you got to understand the old business axiom that you got to spend money to make money. You're always going to be meeting people, and many of them can be leads for your business. So make sure they know what you do and the value of what you do can bring them. So make sure you get them a system and nurture them. Don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. That's what we're going to talk about, ignoring them pretty quick. Take a look at your mailbox every day. So your mailbox, if it's like mine, you get a lot of direct mail in. We call it junk mail, but it's direct mail. And at night and during the day, you get a lot of telephone solicitors, phone calls. Well, one of the reasons that we get these calls and that we get this junk mail, it works. It works. That's why they keep doing it. Maybe you don't pick up and I don't pick up, but enough people pick up that they keep doing it. So let's look at some statistics. Okay? So almost 6 in 10, 60% of buyers want to discuss pricing on the first call. More than half of prospects want to see how the product works on the first call. Now, the first call could be in person. It might be via the website. It might be on a telephone. So buyers are less concerned with qualifying topics. Salespeople like to qualify budget, authority, timeline. But buyers don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about buying the product. 19% of buyers want to connect with a salesperson during the awareness stage of their buying process, which is when they're first learning about the product. 60% want to connect during the consideration stage, when they're researching the options, coming up with a short list. 20% want to talk during the decision stage, when they've decided which product to buy. So it takes an average of 5 to 11 calls to actually connect with a buyer, even though these are the statistics they're looking, you've got to keep calling them. So how many of you send emails to prospective customers? Only 24% of emails are opened. But 90% of companies use 2 or more lead tools to contact their prospects. So that's something you need to think about. 7 in 10 business-to-business buyers watch a video sometime during their buying process. So we've talked about video. Use that to an advantage. Videos about product features are most popular, then how-tos and professional reviews. 84% of buyers now kick off the buying process via referral. So if you're not asking for referrals, you are really missing out on business. You're missing out on a lot of business. According to statistics, 83% of customers would be happy to provide a referral, but only 29% of salespeople are asking. So this is silly. You got to ask. You've got to be proactive. There were some researchers a couple of years ago. They do it every year or two. So what they do is they go to the websites of different companies, and they fill out and they ask to be contacted, whatever the product is. So they found that 1/3 of the companies, and the last one was 548 companies. So you're talking, a little over 200 companies? 200 companies didn't contact them at all. Never responded to the email, to the inquiry via their website. Of those companies that did respond, that made phone calls, 66% of them gave up after only making 2 phone calls. 42% of the companies did make a call within the first 5 minutes, that's great. But if they didn't follow up, that was not a great thing to do. We talked earlier that 5 in 11 attempts to contact the buyer is what it takes to touch the buyer today. And yet, in this study, 68% of the companies gave up on that. That's ridiculous. So what I'm saying to you is if you have $100 in your pocket, would you throw it away? Of course you wouldn't. But take a look at your lead cost and see what your lead cost is, because if you're not following up on your leads, you're throwing that $100 away. So be proactive with this stuff. All right, so I hope you enjoyed week 6 and look forward to a terrific week 7 Cheddar Chat. See you on the boards.